come together to share the fond memories and the personal losses that are still felt today. And these thoughts and feelings are of families, of colleagues that are here, and of friends that are here. Make no mistake, these were national losses. And no one can comprehend the personal losses that's been felt through the years by each of you and people in the audience today. But today still remains also a very meaningful day for the NASA family. I think Representative Frank Lucas is here. He did not make it, okay. I see Sean. Sean, thank you for coming. Former NASA Administrator, also former Secretary of the Navy. I know, I want to talk to Sean for a minute, but you and I lived through our own personal challenge, what effect it had on us, as well as our loved ones and friends. It's often said when you lose a loved one, you also lose the life you had. A new life has to begin, and it's not without severity. But begin it does. And I say this because my life as I knew it ended after my own experience. And I had to start anew, and in many cases I still am today. 50 years after the first landing on the moon, we're still starting anew to explore space. And through the years, we talk about the courage it takes to go into space. Future exploration belongs to the brave. But what we value demands that we continue. And to do so, we must always keep an eye on the past. And that's why we're here today. So today with Columbia, we remember Colonel Rick Husband, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Anderson, Elon Ramon, who's a colonel in the Israeli Air Force, Captain David Brown, Kalpana Chawla, Captain Laurel Clark, Commander William McCool. He was a naval aviator. He was the pilot of Columbia. And he was known for surprising people with Hawaiian leis. Christy? While they're putting the lei on, he was also an Eagle Scout who loved backpacking in the Olympic Mountains. I talked to Bob Cabana last night, and Bob said, Willie McCool was second in his class at the Naval Academy, and one of the nicest, most unassuming gentlemen I've ever met. Coming from Bob Cabana, that means an awful lot. Christy, thank you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. With Challenger, we remember Ellison Onizuka, Ronald McNair, Gregory Jarvis, Judy Resnick. Judy's brother and sister-in-law, Charles and Amy Resnick, are here, as well as Mike Oldeck, who's Chuck's brother-in-law. We appreciate it. Judy was a trailblazer who cracked the glass ceiling. She was in the first astronaut class that finally accepted women. And she described herself as an astronaut who happened to be a woman. She's been described as smart, hardworking, dependable, and someone who could be counted on to get the job done. All significant things wanted in a crew member. Let's talk about Dick Scobie. He was Challenger's commander. Dick was a fighter pilot in Vietnam and a test pilot. June's here with us today, and thank you, June, for being here. But every one of his flights, he sent June a bouquet of red roses. So June, if you do the honors, I'd appreciate it.
There's 7, one from each family.
That's great.
We want to leave them for Columbia.
Great.
As well.
Okay. Thank you. Let me mention Michael Smith. He was Challenger's pilot, and he was the last voice we heard. He loved flying, and he joined the space program after witnessing Apollo. And Jane, we appreciate that you're here today. Thank you so much for coming. And then there was Christy McCulloch. Christy was a social studies teacher at Concord High School. I talked to one of her students, Kristen Hale, last week. I know her up in New Hampshire, and I asked her, what can you just share with me something about Kristen? And she said that she was a great teacher with a great interest in her students' lives. A colleague at her school said that she was a regular person. She didn't like meetings, and she got bored at meetings. She'd be great as a deputy administrator. I didn't say that. And when she applied for the Teachers in Space program, she waited till the last minute to apply and had to run to the post office in her pajamas to make the deadline. I know the Granite State will not forget her, and we haven't either. She was often quoted as saying, "May your future only be limited by your dreams." And it's so true today. Our nation's been blessed with these people. They had lives of great purpose. And today, our astronauts continue to be willing to face similar challenges. Taking these risks represent the American spirit. At NASA, we consider safety paramount. But it was back then we felt the same way. It's our constant struggle. It's addressing the risk that comes with processes and systems and costs and schedules and bureaucracies and the human condition. So I ask all of the NASA family that's here today to continue to voice your opinions and be unafraid to speak up, so that the guiding principle of our NASA culture remains to be safety. We're in a new space era, and soon we'll launch American astronauts again from Kennedy on an American rocket to the International Space Station. And it'll be the first time since we flew the last shuttle that we do this. The memories we had today will not be erased, but hopefully they'll be added to in a very positive way. So if you'd all please join me in a moment of silence for the women and men of Challenger and Columbia. I want to thank you for being here today. And for those who wish, we're going to board vehicles and visit the graves of Virgil Gus Grissom and Roger Chafee.